What is the main source of energy that changes the state of matter? Heat. What is the main cause of mountain formation? Collision of tectonic plates. Why are fossils well preserved in sedimentary rocks? Rapid burial and pressure. What information about a galaxy can globular clusters provide? The age of the galaxy. Which scientist discovered the law of conservation of mass? Antoine Lavoisier. What key technologies do autonomous cars use to sense and recognize their surroundings? Various sensors and artificial intelligence. Why can sound not be heard in outer space? Because there is no medium, such as air, to transmit sound. During which period of the Mesozoic era did dinosaurs flourish? Jurassic. By what principle do nuclear fusion reactions produce energy? The fusion, combination, of light atomic nuclei. What is the basic unit of the nervous system that transmits signals in response to external stimuli or internal changes? A neuron. Approximately what is atmospheric pressure at sea level? One atmosphere. Why does a mark remain when a sticker is stuck and then removed from an object? Molecular bonding of the adhesive. What is the law that states mass does not change before and after a chemical reaction? Law of conservation of mass. Which sensor does a robot need to respond to a human voice? Microphone. What role does the brain play in regulating body temperature? It is regulated by the hypothalamus. What is the ability called for the undamaged hemisphere to compensate after injury to one side of the brain? Neuroplasticity. With what is the jet stream in Earth's atmosphere primarily associated? The Coriolis effect. Which particles compose the atomic nucleus? Protons and neutrons. What do you call an object that travels faster than the speed of sound? Supersonic. Why do we become short of breath after exercise? Increased oxygen consumption. Why do adverse reactions sometimes occur after vaccination? Because of the immune response. Which gas is essential for combustion reactions? Oxygen. What is the relationship between centrifugal force and centripetal force? They have equal magnitude and opposite direction. Where are star formation and death repeatedly occurring? In galaxies. Which physical quantity determines the pitch of a sound? Frequency. What is the reaction called when an acid and a base form water and a salt? Neutralization. Why does an umbrella repel water? Because of its water-repellent property. What is the phenomenon called in which chromosomes exchange segments during gamete formation? Crossing over. What is the movement called when plant leaves orient toward the direction of light? Phototropism. Which structures are abundant in leaf cells that perform a lot of photosynthesis? Chloroplasts. What types of sensors are used in wearable devices? Accelerometer and heart rate monitor. Which gas binds to hemoglobin instead of oxygen and causes asphyxiation? CO. What is the force called that causes two objects to attract each other? Gravitational force. Which subatomic particle is emitted during nuclear fission? Neutron. Why is carbon dioxide expelled from the lungs? To remove metabolic waste. What device measures changes in ocean depth to enable early tsunami detection? Dart buoy. What are the three primary colors of light? Red, green, and blue. What is the wind called that blows from the sea toward the land? Sea breeze. What functions is the right hemisphere of the brain primarily responsible for? Spatial awareness and visual processing. Why do all planets in the solar system orbit in the same direction? Because of the rotation direction of the protoplanetary disk, nebula. Thanks for watching all the way through. Share your science knowledge in the comments. Your support helps us create even more science quizzes. See you in the next one.